Secretary Rubio for his personal commitment and that of the U.S. government to Guyana and this region in general. I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. And we've been working together and interacting for some time during my time in the Senate. But I told him I wanted to wait until I was Secretary of State to visit, and so here I am. And I didn't know that was going to happen, but I'm grateful for this visit and for the warm welcome we've received. And it's an exciting time to be here. I think, and to the people of Guyana, thank you for welcoming us. I hope you fully appreciate and understand this is one of the most exciting places in the world to be right now, because you have the opportunity at this moment to transform this country for generations. And we want to be your partner. We want to be your partner in making that possible. We think it's of mutual benefit to see that happen. I get to visit in this job, already have, a number of countries in the 9 weeks. I've only been on the job for 9 weeks, so let the record reflect, after 9 weeks was one of my first visits here that I've taken abroad. But we get to visit a lot of countries, and when you visit, you have some countries, unfortunately, are facing tremendous challenges, and they're just looking to stabilize. Other countries are looking to improve and make progress. This country has an opportunity to transform. And that's rare in the history of nations, to have an opportunity for transformative change. And what I mean by transformative change is not simply oil and gas fields. And that's very important. Natural resources are critical. But that is just the basic ingredient that allows prosperity to happen. One of the topics that's talked about all over the world today is data centers and the digitization of the economies, artificial intelligence. Do you know what you need in order to do that? You need to have really good scientists and engineers and technicians that know how to run it. But the most important thing you need to be a dominant presence in the world in data centers and artificial intelligence is reliable and affordable energy. That's just one example, among many others. You have an opportunity to expand in a responsible way agriculture production, not just for the needs of your population, but for the region. And to do it in a way that safeguards the beauty and the natural environment that's pristine. You have an opportunity to expand in issues of ecotourism. I'm not a big fan of ecotourism. I'm not against ecotourism. I'm not an ecotourist. I like staying at hotels. I'll do it. Maybe I'll go somewhere. But there are people that love this stuff. They love it. And you have an opportunity to do that in an incredibly responsible way. I'm just touching on a few things, but that are opportunities before you. And that shared prosperity for your country that will come as a result of that is transformative. The lives of your children, the lives of your grandchildren, your lives are going to look very different in 5 to 10 years under this leadership and under this vision as it continues. And we just want to be a partner. Why do we want to be a partner? Just to be frank, why does the United States care about it? Number one, we care about it because we think it creates a level of stability in the region which we share. Not just stability here, stability for your neighbors, because we believe prosperity can become contagious. Just like instability can become contagious, stability and prosperity can become contagious. It won't just help you, it will help all of your neighboring partners in the Caribbean basin and the region writ large. And we think that ultimately makes life in America safer and more prosperous as well. And so we want to look for every opportunity possible to partner with you. But the basic element of any of this, the basic element of progress and transformation and prosperity, is always security. So number one, we want to make sure that some of the tragic regional problems that exist with crime, transnational crime, we have a huge problem in the world right now with organized gangs and narco-traffickers that destabilize societies. We want to make sure that never reaches here. And that's why today's MOU and the work we'll do together is designed not to stop it, but to prevent it from ever taking root, from ever finding its way here. Because unfortunately, sometimes crime is attracted by prosperity and targets prosperity. And the other are regional threats. The regional threats based on illegitimate territorial claims by a narco-trafficking regime. And I want to be frank, and I've said this during my time as a senator, and I have full confidence in saying it now as a Secretary of State. There will be consequences for adventurism. There will be consequences for aggressive actions. And that's why our partnership in that regard will be important. That is not what we want to be a feature of our relationship. But it is a necessity of our relationship because you have a very difficult challenge on your hands with a dictator that's making illegitimate territorial claims. And so you have our full commitment and support. Today we're demonstrating it both in tangible ways And we're going to look for ways to make it long-term and sustainable ways, to make abundantly clear that we are invested, both as a nation and from our people, in being your partner in transformation and in prosperity. And we will not allow illegitimate territorial claims to be an impediment to your dreams and to your right to develop this country into a symbol that I hope will inspire others to follow the example you set, Mr. President. So thank you. Thank you for the chance to be with you.
Thank you very much, Excellency and Secretary Rubio. Members of the media, in the interest of time, we will accommodate 4 questions. We will feed 2 questions from the local media and 2 from our visiting media. I recognize Stabrook News from the local media as well as Mr. Campbell from the local media. From the visiting media, okay, you represent. Good, great. And all right, we'll start with Marcel from Stabrook News.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Marcel Thomas from the Stabrook News. You just spoke of consequences for aggressive actions and that the U.S. is Guyana's partner. Given Venezuela's unprovoked aggression towards Guyana, I want to know if your country would stand by Guyana militarily if Venezuela were to attack this country, and what would be the U.S.'s response should Venezuela attack U.S. oil major ExxonMobil, which is operating in Guyana's waters?
It would be a very bad day for the Venezuelan regime if they were to attack Guyana or attack ExxonMobil or anything like it. It would be a very bad day, a very bad week for them, and it would not end well for them. I'm not going to get into details of what we'll do. We're not big on those kinds of threats. I think everybody understands, and I want it to be clear. We've made this clear repeatedly. I think the U.S. Navy today is making it clear and demonstrating our ability to. We have a big Navy, and it can get almost anywhere. It can get anywhere in the world. We have commitments that exist today with Guyana. We want to build on those, expand on those, and we'll leave it for the appropriate time. But suffice it to say that if that regime were to do something such as that, it would be a very bad move. It would be a big mistake for them.
We now invite from our visiting media, please remember to identify yourself and the media house you represent.
Hi. Thank you. Hello, Mr.
Hi.
Secretary. Hello, Mr. President. Thank you for taking questions from us. We appreciate it. Humayra Pamuk from Reuters. Mr. Secretary, a Turkish student in Boston was detained and handcuffed on the street by plainclothes agents. A year ago, she wrote an opinion piece about the Gaza war. Could you help us understand what the specific action